What up and welcome to Rama Screen YouTube channel, and here's my review of Netflix new series, The Abandons. Let's rock this. Okay, part of the reason why I was initially stoked about this new show is because the creator, Kurt Sutter, previously gave us Sons of Anarchy, which was one of my all-time favorites, and I'm a fan of Western genre in general. So that goes without saying. But you've also probably already heard that Kurt left the show. He abandoned, pun intended, The Abandons during its production due to creative differences with Netflix. So that kind of quarrel is never a good sign for a new freshman show like this that barely gets its feet wet. Well, thanks to Netflix for granting me the advanced screeners, I've already watched the entire 7-hourly long episodes, and honestly, The Abandons is just one big giant meh. It really is. I mean, I enjoyed the intensity and the rivalry between Jillian and Lena's characters, but the rest of them in this big cast ensemble did not get an equally juicy material. A lot of the supporting characters got neglected, with half-cooked story arcs that are interesting only on the surface. The narrative is also disorganized, with a lot of the subplots not getting the attention they deserve. To be fair, this is one of those shows that does have a lot of moving components, but it's as if the scripts frequently face difficulties tying them all up together. Created by Kurt Sutter in The Abandons, it's Washington Territory, 1854, the matriarchs of two very different families, one of wealth and privilege, bound by blood, the other a found family of orphans and outcasts bound by love and necessity, find their fates linked by two crimes, an awful secret, a star-crossed love, and a piece of land with silver underneath. The collision echoes the American struggle of the haves and the have-nots in a place just beyond the reach of justice. Starring Lena Headey, Gillian Anderson, Nick Robinson, Diana Silvers, Lamar Johnson, Lucas Till, and Sarah White. Credit where credit is due, the casting of Gillian and Lena in these two respective roles is spot on. Acting-wise, those two ladies bring their A game, despite the fact that their characters could be a bit more ruthless. But it's never a doubt that Fiona and Constance hate each other's guts. Some small pockets of moments here and there where they show signs of either empathy or racial justice, the show never really explains or gives us the background on what motivates such decisions. There's no context around it. And that is part of the many things that bugs me about The Abandons. If I'm not mistaken, there's a couple of memorable shootouts worth noting, well directed and well choreographed, but those blood-soaked scenes often get overshadowed by the show's melodramatic nature. The Abandons also suffers from pacing issues and repetitive expositions. I mean, I like that the tone is gritty and grounded, but some of the episodes also drag and lack those much-needed poetic dialogues. Not to mention the cliched derivative tropes like the mysterious rancher with an outlaw past, and it ends up being nothing more than an underutilized plot device. I wouldn't go so far as to call this a feminist western, even though it does feature a few strong female characters, but again, as I implied earlier, thank God Lena and Jillian are the ones leading the pack. Lena exudes that ferocious, desperate warmth, and Jillian as the villain makes her character's manipulative territorial greed seem elegant. So yeah, overall I give The Abandons the rating of 2.5 out of 5. Again, it's a big meh. The flaws outweigh the positives. And sure, it has a cliffhanger ending, but I'd be surprised if anybody would care enough to want to know what happens next.
Don't you